This is Roger with Wheel Kinetics in Tucson, Arizona. We're selling this Avalanche. It is a 2004 Chevy Avalanche, two-wheel drive, 5.3 liter, LS. Basically, it's a cloth. It has 104,000 miles. It was sold to us on a clear title. It was a theft recovery. Bought it directly from an insurance company. Runs great. Looks like hell. Well, I guess that's a little rough. Maybe I'm too brutally honest. It doesn't look very pretty. There's a lot of stuff you could do to fix it, but we just stopped on the mechanics part of it, just making sure it's a good running vehicle. In fact, the guy who worked on it was the engine builder for Hendrix Motorsports back in the late 90s. Ricky Craven's and Terry Labonte's and Jeff Gordon's motors. He built them. So he knows what he's doing. He's kind of retired, didn't keep up with all the electronics and stuff, doesn't like the fuel injection, the gig, and the whole bit. So, but he's very, very mechanical. So, what he found is it needed a water pump, so it's got a water pump. Needed a tranny service, so got that. Needed some solenoids replaced in the tranny, so he did that. Fuel pump. Look at my little list here. Windshield. Got a windshield. New catalytic converters, they stole those, so those are brand new installed. And hood struts. So I got a windshield, catalytic converters, hood struts, oil change and filter, tranny service including filter, a bunch of solenoids that were, I think all the solenoids in the tranny were replaced, fuel pump and water pump. And he says it runs good. It runs good. He knows what that means. Anyway, my job is to show you what's wrong. The tires are something that's right. It's got some nice BFG all-terrains. I'll show you the tread depth in the video so you can judge for yourself. Driver fender looks pretty good. I see a little bit of a ding right here, but it looks pretty good. The hood's got a few nicks in it, but overall it's okay. I think the biggest problem is the passenger side and driver fender mostly, or the passenger fender. I mean, look at that. I mean, honestly, if you replace this big chunk here, if you replace the driver fender and painted the passenger side, it would look pretty good. But we kind of wanted to keep this in the affordable range. If it doesn't sell, we'll send it to Maaco, do a $800 or $900 Maaco one-stage paint job. And we'll add $1,500 to the price of the truck and it'll sell. But if you just need a really good running truck, it's on a clear title, then this would be it. So there's things down there. Like I said, we're not buying this thing for the cosmetics, so please don't do that. I don't know what they got next to it. It looks like they got next to a bush or something. But basically the whole passenger side, there's a nice size, not a nice size, not this big dent right behind the wheel. So bodywork wise, you would replace the fender you can get a Chevy fender for 50 bucks. You do an hour of body here, and an hour of body there, and spray this side of the car. Probably $1,000 at the most. If you wanted to paint it for real, if you wanted to paint the whole truck and do it at Maaco, you could do that, the whole truck for $1,000 with Maaco paint. This kind of depends on what you want to do. Oh yeah, and it's got this. Somebody backed into something and put a big hole in the tailgate, which it's fiberglass, so it's not that big a deal to fix that either. But this is an ugly duckling, for sure. Here's your bed. Obviously it doesn't have the little running deals that cover it, although everyone I've ever seen who's owned one takes them off anyway because they're annoying. If you want to use it as a truck. It does have a tow package. Move my plate here. Let's see. The tailgate is fiberglass, so the plate doesn't stick, right? Let's see. There's that. Driver's side's not perfect either, but it's probably 85% better than the passenger side. here. And the door ding. I don't know, I mean, you could actually probably spend $20 on 2 tubes of touch-up paint and just fill in all this stuff and at least feel a little bit better about it. There's the hood. Alright, let's see. Those are the factory fenders. Everything's factory here, which is a good thing. You don't have any core support damage. New battery. I don't know why it is, but every black Avalanche we get has paint issues. I don't get it. We get white ones or gold ones and nothing. Boy, the rear seat looks brand new. It's like a different car inside. It's bizarre. It's so strange. Pretty. Alright. This. I'm missing the red lens on this door, which is it's a Chevy. That's they like to fall out. Looks like the trim on this seat was broken. Let's make sure it works. Up, down, up, yep, down. That works. Seat works fine. A little bit of wear here on the outside of the bolster, but yeah. Interior on this truck is sweet. Let's start it up here real quick. Somebody left the air conditioning on. Got a torrent of air conditioning here. Let me turn that down a little bit. Holy cow. I can tell you the air conditioning works. Man. It's flying out of there. There's your radio. Alright. That's radio. You heard the air. Let's look into this center console real quick, make sure we don't have any surprises. Inside the center console, that's fine. Headliner looks good. Let's see, we have tilt right there. Tilt. Yep, yep. Tilt here, that's cruise, I'm sorry. Tilt here, this is cruise. That's tilt, obviously. I'm kind of thinking it's so nice inside, maybe we should just paint it and not sell it the way it is. Maybe somebody just wants a nice running truck that won't really care what it looks like on the outside, or maybe you're going to work with it every day. Anyway, this thing's been to the master's shop, and he says it's great, so it's great. If you look up the 1997, we were just talking about a race. We were talking about another motor he's building, and he told us about the 1997 Daytona 500 and how his 3 cars were Jeff Gordon, who won it, and Terry Labonte finished second, and Ricky Craven finished third. So of course we had to Google it to check him, and that's how it finished. And he said he had to get on the radio and ask his pit crew chiefs to get on the radio to slow down because he had cheated a little bit and removed springs or something in the motor, which was not allowed. He did it like the night before the race. Anyway, that's the guy who worked on this vehicle. He's pretty good at this stuff, and it does run great, really good. Jump on it. Yeah. Brakes are good, no vibrations at all. Just kind of an ugly duckling. You can go from anywhere from a touch-up tube and $20 to Mako for $800 or $900 and having just a one-stage paint, or fixing it correctly, which if you painted the whole truck would be a fortune, be like $3 grand. Or you could paint one side or whatever. I don't know. To me, for under $10,000. You get a lot of truck mechanically, so I wouldn't go anywhere but a tube of touch-up paint, and that's it. It's already had the tranny looked at and serviced, and everything's replaced and new, and that matters. The solenoids, which are really expensive, and there's like 6 of them. And the oil has been changed, and the motor's been scanned, and new catalytic converter, so you're getting better airflow. It runs a little bit better. I would just leave it alone. Anyhow, if you come to Tucson to drive it home, you're going to pay taxes, 2% city tax here in Tucson, plus whatever your state tax rate is. If your state tax rate is 0, like Oregon and Alaska, all you're going to pay is 2% tax plus our $250 dock fee. If you're from Arizona, let me jump on it here from the start. Keep my mouth shut. Nice. Let's try not to get a ticket here. Runs great. Anyway, in Arizona, for instance, the state tax is 7.1%. Add our city tax at 2%. An Arizona resident's going to pay 9.1% tax plus a $250 dock fee. If you pay from by wire from out of state and ship, all you're going to pay is agreed upon price. If the agreed upon price is $22 million, you're going to pay $22 million if you pay by wire and not pay taxes. Anyway, it's a great truck. Please make sure if we have an agreed upon price, you get the deposit in. No deposit, no deal. We can agree on numbers all day long, but without any money, the vehicle is still for sale. We've had people actually make flight arrangements and all kinds of plans, and then they show up and they're not going to get the car, and they're stunned. Well, we're not we don't have rain checks or whatever. We have to have money to hold it, and we've sold them to other people already. So please make sure you get that in so you're not all bummed out and disappointed and whatever. Like I said, mechanically, this thing is outstanding. There are your miles, 104,574. There are your gauges. You've seen us run. Gosh, very smooth, really good running truck. Air's blowing cold. Yeah, I better put my seat. Well, I'm done. I don't have to put my seatbelt back on. Let's see. Well, did I show you that? Tow on and off. Yep. Anyway, mechanically great. Cosmetically on the exterior, at least a little challenged. Have a good week, good weekend. Be safe.